so I won't keep you guys longer. Thank you, Anna, for giving me the opportunity to speak today, and thank you to many senior leaders who passed on the opportunity such that it had to land here, and so I believe. I do need a minute to calm my nerves down. I speak in front of an audience which is more exposed, more experienced, more learned than I am. So, but as Mo famously says, the reality is that someone in authority deemed it appropriate to invite me to speak today, and so I shall speak from my heart. Easter lily. For some it may be a flower. For me, it's a code of life. My grandmother raised me. I would go and complain to her very often, and every time she would just tell me, "Do you know where an Easter lily grows? Have you ever seen it? The environment that it blossoms in, it survives in the most challenging environment. I'm sure you can do better. Go on there and manage yourself." And I would take that advice and I would go and manage a situation that I would be in. Today, I want to tell some stories from my life which I have applied the Easter lily mindset, so I think, and that have helped me into who I am today. So I think without further delay, it's 2012, 2013 when my mother and I started a homemade food business, and how it started is a story for another time. However, it was still a time in my home that women were preferred to stay at home, take care of the house, while the men would be the bread earners. We set up a first stall. We got the opportunity. Myself and my grandmother's driver actually went in there, set it up. 2 days down the road, it was 2 days stall, 60% of the stock we couldn't sell. An utter disaster. I couldn't go back home with all that stock. It was my mother's first stall. It would have shattered her business, shattered her hope from the product that she made. I, on my way back, sold the Japanese car stereo that I had in the vehicle that I drove, and took that cash home, told my mother that a famous baker in the city bought the entire stock, and she found out only a couple of years ago. I learned perseverance that day. I learned that I cannot give up, and this is a picture from that very stall. Just in case if you're wondering, this is how the stall looks like. She's done more than 100 in the last 10 years now. The first step was done, the difficult part was done, the incorporation of the business, but still we had our fair share of challenges. I remember for the first 4 years I was the sales and delivery boy. I'm very proud of it because that is what led me to land jobs in EY, at banks, and at Uber as well. However, it was till such time that my younger brothers started looking at me and started joining me. That was the moment that I felt that I've cracked the code at home, and I learned sheer determination. These are my two younger brothers, and one of them is on the learning spectrum. Just in case if you're wondering, today it's a team of 25 people. It is only bound that once you get into entrepreneurial ventures, you will fail. But education is the cornerstone of my family, and there was no option for us to just venture into entrepreneurship and leave out education. So I did fail. I failed not once, I failed not twice, I failed multiple times while I was pursuing professional education. But my Easter lily mindset would always tell me to remain steadfast. It would tell me to remain patient, and I would make sure that I remain patient. And not only that as well, the last attempt that I passed, I met the mother of my child as well. So while we were studying, so something that I'm very proud of. So I'm going to take a second. I do feel that I'm rushing a little bit because I don't want to keep you guys from 5:15. But
you have time.
Yeah.
Did you put yourself right with the butterfly?
Was the butterfly placement on
On
purpose?
Yes, there's such a coincidence. An interesting story. One of the attempts that I was giving, I actually got disqualified as well. So it's a story for another time. And then I got in front of a jury and I pleaded my case, and then they removed the blacklist.
What were you
I got disqualified.
I chartered accountancy.
Nice.
Yeah. I was obsessed on the idea of traveling while growing up. I couldn't afford it. I would bring geography books. I would memorize all the countries in the world. I knew 50 states of the United States by heart. I would know cultures. I would read on them. However, till such time that I got married, and 4 of my elder cousins came together and sponsored end-to-end visas, tickets, hotels, flights for my honeymoon. And that day, I realized how it is important to nurture relationships. I watered them selflessly. I gave them all the respect in the world, and it makes me realize the importance of how you need to value the relationships that you have like precious relationships are the most important things in your life, and something that my grandmother taught, and today I reap a lot of benefit out of them. It was 2nd of March, it was a Sunday. I had just returned home from a very fresh shave and a fresh wardrobe. I was very excited, 2020, and I got a call from a United Kingdom number, and they say that you are not required to join us the next day, and your offer has been rescinded in light of COVID-19. I was okay, that's fine. The next day, I sat into a car with my father. We drove 4 hours south of Lahore to the farmland that he manages, and we started making videos of mangoes where I sold them for 1.5 years, endured the pain, I was only 3 months married, but my Easter Lily mindset knew that I cannot be negative, I cannot give up. And today I stand in front of you in the same company that called me back to speak in front of you.
Oh, nice.
So I learned to endure pain. It was last year when I joined Uber, and every one of us was invited to Spain, and I was very excited. It was going to be my first trip into Europe, and I would look up the Spanish embassy portal every day, day in, day out. I would see if my visa would be here, but too bad, the event happened. I was getting leadership messages. Oh, it's so sad, Qasim, that you can't be here. It's okay, that's fine. My Easter Lily mindset believed that there is something better out there. The event finished, you all came back. I got a call from the head of India driver that, hey, we want to do a golden funnel for you, and it's going to be the first in Mia. On my way, I get a call from Mo, hey, Annabelle is here, we want you here. So I spent a week in Dubai, enjoying all the socials, meeting you guys for the first time. I spent a week in Berlin with my family. I spent 3 days in Barcelona. I spent 1 week in Amsterdam making personal relationships with this team. And even today, I know that me not being at Messi helped me get my work done for the drivers in the Middle East when it comes to earnings, when it comes to experience, when it comes to deactivations, whatnot, because I had a blast of a time with the central team. And I learned that no matter what happens, we must stay positive. Something is out there. You know, at the core of the Easter Lily mindset, there is perseverance, there is endurance, there is this belief that you must remain patient. There is the ability to nurture relationships, water them, and all of this will lead on to spreading positivity, just like the Easter Lily does in the dirtiest of ponds. Thank you.